Hey there, class. It's Mr. Davenport, and I want to take a moment and talk to you about thinking maps, particularly our thinking map for this week that's part of our introduction to the class, the circle map. So let's kind of take a look at the circle map. A circle map is, well, a circle. In the center is where you put the main idea of what you are trying to describe or define. And it also has this outer circle. This is where we put what we know. Now let's go into a little bit of detail about the purpose of the circle map. The purpose of the circle map is to define within a certain context, or to generate ideas, or to examine how your point of view affects something, or just to brainstorm ideas. So the key words for all of our thinking maps are define, prior knowledge, list, tell what you know, context or clues, and identify. So let's go into a little more detail. So the process behind the circle map and its thinking is that this map is used to define something and show our understanding of a topic. We use this to generate ideas and to access what we already know or what we previously learned. So we're pulling from that prior knowledge that we have a lot of the times in circle maps, or we're pulling from information that we've been taught and placing it back in the circle map to kind of collect information in one form. Around the box, the outside of the box, right here, this is called the frame of reference. Okay, that box. And what the frame of reference is, it's where we write what we know. Did somebody teach you? Did we experience it? Did we read it somewhere? It allows us to look at our point of view because our different experiences cause us to see the world a little bit differently. So how would an adult define Sesame Street? Would it be a good program, or would they get bored with it? How would a kid define Sesame Street? Would they love it, or would they be bored with it? So it's kind of an opportunity to really look at the context of what we know. Okay? So moving forward just a little bit, how do we create this map? So in the center of the paper or Google form, you write your topic or idea that you're thinking about, and you write that idea and you draw a circle around it. That is your main point. Then you're going to brainstorm all of the thoughts that you have about this topic or idea, and you're going to write or put images or draw around the circle. And when you're finished, you're going to draw a circle all around that main idea. Okay, all around that main idea. And then you're going to draw a box around both of those circles for your frame of reference and write how do you know what you know and what influenced your thoughts. Sometimes there will be questions on the outside of the box to help you with your frame of reference. Okay? Now, continuing just a little bit to see some suggestions, here are some examples of different types of, well, thinking maps, different types of circle maps. And so this is being pulled from a book about a character named Mary Sue, and it's about Mary Sue is how the character is blind. And it's basically stating what are the different ways, adaptations that Mary Sue has adapted to this blindness. And then the frame of reference on the outside, let's zoom this in so that you guys can see it a little bit better. So Then on the frame of reference for the outside, it says that they read this story, Mandy Sue's Day, and then looked for evidence in the reading, and then their teacher gave examples. Okay, so this is an example of using a circle map to pull information from a piece of text. Now, if we scroll down, here's another one. This is about a chicken house, and it's a younger student, and they're looking at the what has happened in the story, The Chicken House. What are things that happened? And it was pulling information from the text. So basically, let me give you an example of a type of thinking map that I want you guys to give. So I want you to create a thinking map specifically to introduce yourself. So this is my thinking map. Okay? So your assignment is going to be just a little different, but this is essentially how I want you to go about creating your thinking map. So I've got me at the center, Mr. Isaac Davenport, and then I've got some information that's telling you that I've been teaching at Spring Creek High School and Spring Creek Middle School for 10 years. I'm originally from this little point in Washington County. I was an FFA state officer from 2005 to 2006. I was also involved in 4-H and the Boy Scouts, where I was an Eagle Scout. And I'm a black belt in Goju Ryu Karate. And this is a photo of me with my wonderful future wife, Juliana. I've traveled internationally to Spain and Portugal. And some of my hobbies that I am interested in are wrestling, comic books, trivia, science fiction, art, writing, and reading. And this is a collection of, well, the places that I went to school and some of my favorite teams. So I graduated from Plymouth High School. We were the Vikings. That's why I have the Vikings emblem. Then I went to my first 4 years for undergraduate at North Carolina State University for my Bachelor's of Science in Agricultural Communications with a minor in leadership. And then I got my master's at North Carolina A&T, and that was a master's in Agricultural Education Professional Service. And then two of my favorite sports teams are the Chicago Bears and Charlotte Hornets. So that kind of sums up the circle map. Now, your guys' circle map is going to be a little bit different. I have created a circle map for you in Google Classroom. Apologies, the lights just went out. But I've created a template for you guys where you're going to be answering some questions on that circle map. And essentially what I want you to do is to be able to answer those questions by clicking in the blue boxes and also giving your frame of reference as well, and submit that via Canvas. All right. If you have any trouble with that, then please contact me. And as always, have a great day, and I will see you soon.